Another couple that I would probably listen to less so, and these ones kind of start venturing more and more into what you guys were saying about kind of Eurovision-y kind of feel. Would be like Glory Hammer, where these were the people I was actually talking about when I was saying, oh, like this band like are just out and out nerds, like where like most of the music videos are just LARPing. It's like they did a D&D campaign, then wrote a music video about it, and then did a video where they could go LARP about it or something like that. So they're very kind of a little bit off the wall and not probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I like them, and probably an odd one that kind of like it'd be similar enough to Sonata Arctica in kind of its makeup and kind of style, but it'd probably be a little bit more it'd be more probably towards power metal. Where I'm just thinking there now, they both be kind of power metal, kind of symphonic-y power metal. Would be Rhapsody of Fire. So those would be kind of
I've never heard of them actually.
No. They were originally just known as Rhapsody, but they changed their name to Rhapsody of Fire, I think 2 or 3 albums ago now. You probably would know some of their songs as well. Like they have a couple of songs out there, like kind of that you go, oh, that song or this song, in a similar way that you would to Dragon Force or something like that when you hear True Fire of the Flames. But yeah, like they're like, as you said, like, and it is true enough, like symphonic metal for the most part is a kind of it's a subgenre that kind of, it has a good bit of popularity and following by its niche, but it doesn't really spread out too much into other ones, so you don't really see it too much in the mainstream. But no, those would be my recommendations anyway. What about yourself, Wayne? You said you might have some yourself.
Well, the big ones, the big hitters are Nightwish and Within Temptation, aren't they? They're like the two fucking kind of like even the founder kind of bands with a lot of the stuff.
I never really got into Within Temptation too much now. Like if I listened to their songs, I'd be like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just I don't know. There's just been something they never really gripped me too much.
Well, I was the same. The Nightwish, I think, is probably because Nightwish just seems to be fucking eternal fucking drama going on that. But there's like different singers in it every kind of second week. It seems different female singers in it. They've been going like since the late 90s as well. But like, I mean, I couldn't pick an album out of them because it's like I'd listen to the odd couple of songs, but never. But Nightwish at first kind of got me into the stuff. But I think Lacuna Coil, out of all of them, would probably be one band that I'd kind of ferve more towards because I think they keep evolving and changing.
And I just think as well, she's more powerful, I think, in herself. She's not... Yeah. I always symphonic
it's not
metal. It's not
thing,
operatic. Yeah, it just seems to be this more sort of primal kind of singing.
Like we
obviously operatic as well, but just seems to be a little bit more primal and not quite
in Lacuna Coil. Or is that what you're saying?
Kind of yeah.
But even like with them doing
I definitely agree.
Like Enjoy the Silence and stuff, they're more kind of like metal. I think that they just happen to have two singing. There's some operatic elements, but I think that's kind of like gone to the background as they've gone on.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to one of their songs yesterday, I don't know what album, it's from a later album, but it sounded like Fear Factory.
Yeah.
And like your man used to crack me up when he'd sing at first because I thought he was just really corny. But it was like, oh my god, this could be Burton C. Bell singing. Like he's after it coming on a lot. Because they are just things I suppose that we haven't, but it's Delane. They were a band I came across yesterday when I was listening to them, and they've been around for ages. They were at Delane.
No,
they were actually really good. And as well, who you didn't mention, Mark, and I think you quite might like these, is Shireen.
Oh yeah,
or Shireen.
Shireen, yeah, they are quite good. Actually,
yeah, they're very. I don't know how to do it.
They're almost. I'd nearly even put them into folk metal.
Yeah,
as well,
folk metal or pagan kind of.
No, I haven't heard of them myself. Shireen, is it?
Shireen, Shire.
They went up in my S because you know the way every band now is doing these kind of like stay-at-home concerts and things at the moment with the whole COVID fucking thing, and they're all like just Zoom meetings, but they're quite obviously not all playing live at the same time. But it's to try and give this impression that they are, and it's like you're just playing over the track of your album. You're not even playing. Whereas they did kind of like an acoustic version of one of their songs, but they actually put the time into editing the thing, and it's edited amazingly.
Yeah, they've done it in black and white, and they've kind of tried to make it a bit arty and stuff like that.
But that's what I think they're more art, kind of like an experimental with stuff, but they're really, 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 really good.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice.
Yeah, but who I think you should try next, Jen. There's a little bit of operatic stuff in there, but it kind of veered more towards the heavier side. I guarantee you'll probably end up liking them after a couple of songs. Is Dimmu Borgir.
Haven't heard.
Judge by the giggles.
Yeah, no, I think that they're considered a black metal band, but they have a lot of.
What's the name again?
Dimmu Borgir, Dimmu Borgir.
I really like Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah, Dimmu Borgir. They're black metal, but they're kind of like symphonic black metal, and they kind of like have operatic elements in it. But they're kind of like, to me, they're like nearly like fucking cartoon characters.
Absolutely, yeah. They're kind of
their
lordy,
music is
but
really,
more
really
serious.
good. Yeah, their music is fucking really good. It's like they're like Satanists, and it's all kind of like veering towards more the. But like what's their last song? It's. The Silent Seeker is here.
Interstellar. What?
Oh yeah, intergalactic or interstellar summit. But it's like done from a Cthulhu kind of point. It's corny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't mean it's funny. It's kind of, but it's just done really, 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 really fucking good. Yeah, and turned into Andy Bernard, kind of like that. Food is good.
Yeah, so you just click on the discography.
Onion, it was their last album.
Yeah, I really like the buttery biscuit bass on that album.
Yes,
Interdimensional Summit.
That was their big single off it, Interdimensional Summit.
Yeah, you should just check that out and kind of go back listen to some of their other stuff. But yeah, I can't really, because it's just looking even kind of like if you look into Wikipedia on symphonic metal, there's not a load of bands.
No, it's a
very niche genre.
Yeah, it's a niche genre, and like kind of most of the bands I mentioned there were kind of like even them themselves would just call themselves symphonic metal, but it'd be kind of a mixture of like symphonic metal with power metal. Whereas, like as you were saying, some of them are more symphonic like metal with kind of black metal tendencies. It
doesn't seem to be straight like just symphonic.
No, like symphonic metal just seems to be like a fusion kind of genre, where you take parts from black metal, power, trash, whatever you want, and you just kind of fuse it into like try to get your own tone. But yeah, as you're saying, it's definitely a niche following, and it definitely there's only a couple of bands, because I don't think too many more be supported in it, and probably not many people want to go that route anyway.
Have you listened to Unleash the Archers?
Unleash the Archers,
which I can't see them listed there. They keep coming up on YouTube. I've listened to them a few times, and they're actually okay as well. I think they'd be kind of like lower tier compared to, but they're probably up and coming,
Okay, I haven't heard of them now, but I definitely will after this.
Definitely.
And Camelot seems to think that a band that a lot of people were mentioning as well, because I think they even Epica, they took it from one of their songs. They named the band after it.
Yeah, one of Camelot's albums,
they seem to kind of go on a lot about them.
Yeah, they did now, like that, because they were originally named Sahara Dust, but yeah, they I think in a good way decided to go to a different name, because I don't think Sahara Dust is a great name for a band.
No, it's really not.
That's true. Remember, even at our we had Lacuna Coil Swamped playing at our wedding.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yes.
And Nemo as well by Nightwish. That's a song you should listen to, Jen. Nemo by Nightwish. I think that was their.
I feel like I should be taking notes.
To be honest, I think everything you liked about Epica, you'll like in Nightwish, and Nightwish doesn't have anything you didn't really like in Epica. It has less growly vocals. It's kind of more kind of lighter and kind of airier. So I think that probably Nightwish as a whole probably would be definitely up your alley.
Nightwish would be probably the biggest out of the lot of them. They're just like a massive,
and they would be
massive band.
Yeah, they're a band, and they're probably one of like maybe a handful that hit mainstream success kind of. Where you'd see them like headlining concert, like kind of big festivals and whatnot.
Yeah, and they would have influenced most of the other bands as well. They definitely must have had an influence on Epica as well. But as well, they would have been like the forerunners of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And probably would have been an easier listen
Possibly an easier introduction for Jen as well. Probably.
Possibly, but like
something you have to go.
It has to be a mix of stuff.
No easy entry. Yeah, exactly.
As you said, and you kind of pointed it out, there's sometimes you just have to kind of like listen and digest it, and you'll come out the other end, and you'll either not like it at all, or you'll find the parts you like, and then you'll be able to, your taste will be after expanding.
But it is the thing.
That is akin to rifling through your poo, though. The way you've described that, you need to just
Sift through the
digest
shit.
it, leave it sit, sift through it, and see what bits you like.
Well, it's the thing. I do think kind of like
if with that analogy, Laura, it'd be nothing, because I don't rifle through my poo and go, I like this piece of my poo, but I don't like this piece of my poo.
I think Epica would fall into the category of being more musical kind of thing, whereas kind of like Nightwish is probably more popular.
Yeah,
but not like fucking in a disparaging way. But
what do you mean, like kind of more like musical, like as in musicals in general, or what?
Oh, as in kind of like more kind of like of an artistic endeavor than say kind of Nightwish, where it seems like more of a popular kind of thing. Where it's kind of like deliberately trying to write catchy songs.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
I get you now.
Where it's kind of like with Epica, it seemed to be that they're like doing what they want to do.
Following their vision.
Yeah. Where it's like, this is kind of like what we want to do, and it's
kind of more artist-led, less producer-led, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I suppose there's the recommendations for symphonic metal, and as well what we think about stuff. So, yeah. So,
Indeed.
Thank you for listening.
Symphonic on.
Yeah, don't forget all the other stuff.
Yeah,
I've already forgotten.
If you've forgotten, just go listen again. But this time with an A4 pad in front of you, and you can take down some notes.
Yeah, and I think next week we're going to be having a listen to 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral, which Laura will be doing a bit about that, kind of like the history of industrial music,
and ranting and raving about old Trent Reznor.
And then talking about Trent's side projects and some recommendations for kind of like industrial music. So that'll be good.
Yes.
So until then,
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Au revoir.